Alright, what is up? We are cutting my hood for my hood scoop. This is my Forester right here. First we gotta take off this stuff right here. And so, we gotta take off that nasty stuff. So, I'm gonna set you up for a little time lapse.
Why don't you take that down first? I can hold the hood up. Got it? Forgot your hose. Go ahead and take it off. Yeah, take it off of that. That'd be more convenient. Next time, hold your plastic thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have washed it.
Yeah, alright. I'll wash my car one.
Let's see if we want to do it this way.
Yeah, let's go the way we've been doing it.
Sit back. You need to push it forward a little further. There you go.
Okay, so this is my tester. This is my parts Forester. But you can see we've cut the hood and bent tabs. You can see I've actually bent the tabs down. They were flat and we bent them down. So, and then here it is. So we got it bolts in general, and this is the test so we can fab it up. And we're basically gonna copy it onto this side.
Here, take my
You can see.
His is over there.
And so this is my hood. This is my baby. I didn't want to mess it up, so that's why we did it on this hood. And I'm actually going to be WRX swapping this thing soon, and that's why I'm doing this. Is not only for looks. Right now it's going to be for looks because, you know, no intercooler, but soon this thing's going to have a turbo, so I'm going to need that hood scoop, and so that's why. So basically, this is a template we made of basically the bottom of the hood scoop. All of the tabs line up. So these are what we actually bend right here. And then, so it's a copy so we can know where we need to cut of the hole and where we need to cut the tabs. So that goes right there. And we have a lining screw that goes in the direct middle of where the hood needs to go.
How did we get that? What was it? I want to take this. Just move it.
Well, there's a hole directly underneath the hood, pre-drilled by Subaru, and we know we need to use that because there's 4 big holes made by Subaru in here, and that's where on the JDM hoods the hood scoop actually bolted to. So on the JDM hoods, that's where the indented part of the hood was, and where the 4 front bolts would actually bolt onto. And so that's how you keep, and when you actually line up the hood scoop on the hood, the brackets of where the bolts for the hood scoop go line up with those holes. So you know that's where you need to line to. And so that's how we get where we need to align the template for. And then we basically just mark out where we're cutting, outside and in. And we just cut, and then we need to bend the tabs like I showed earlier in the video, because to make it flush with the scoop and the hood, because you can see that the scoop has these indents for the basically the nut and the bolt to bolt onto. And so when you set this on the hood, it's not flush. And so that's why you bend the brackets so you can get it flush.
Let's just put that on there and take a look real quick. Put it on and take a look and see if you feel like it. Probably got to go forward. So like right here. Let's see, what do we got? 5 1/8. 5 1/8. That's it there. Okay. Do the sides, your sides.
Almost 16. Almost 16.
Perfect. Okay, so now, next thing we got to do is we're going to mark out clearer what we're going to...
Okay, so you can see that we've gotten the template all marked out on the hood, and the hood scoop is where it needs to be. And so you can see this is what we're actually cutting. And so that becomes basically this, like that. So you can see it's pretty simple actually, and then we end up just needing to cut under here. There's some bracing, like this stuff we cut out, but there's not a ton to actually cut out onto there. Now the fun part. Tell me if you think it's sketchy.
Alright.
Alright, so
now we want
there's a
to.
hole
Huh?
in my hood.
Okay.
So this is what we have so far. So you can see that these are the tabs, and we now have to bend them down to get them flush. And then this hole right here is the hole that we aligned that I was talking about earlier. This is right where the screw of the template was going through. It aligned right to that hole, and so that's how you basically align the template. And then if you can see, it's hard to see, but there's these holes right here, and those are the holes that I was talking about that the JDM scoops use, and you can see how the brackets align right to them. And so now we just bend them down, and when we align the scoop right and drill the hole, the nut will come through the big hole, and that allows you to tighten it down, and it also means it's aligned perfectly. But then I'm also using this hole to align the Grimspeed air splitter to, because it has a hole right in the front of it, and that's where I'm going to use a push clip to put it on, and then we're going to use some bolts to mount it up in other places too. But that's what we got so far.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can see that there's, so let's show them. So it aligns perfectly like that, and so it just sits just like that. So, and that's the nice thing about the Grimspeed splitter too, is that it comes up so far that it grabs basically all the air that's coming through. So it'll be real good.
So you put your gloves on to hole, and I'm gonna okay, you
Are we
ready?
doing the
No,
Okay.
I don't think we have the room.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna bend up first, so you need to push down.
Okay. Yeah, let's be careful.
I'm being careful.
I know.
I don't know that I could be any more careful.
I know.
Okay, ready? That one didn't work nearly as well because it's not cut as far back. But
Oh yeah.
we can hang on. We'll keep working at it.
I might need to get down there with the.
Oh,
Watch it.
yeah. Might need to get down there with the.
The Dremel piece.
Here, let's just see if I can't push it over. Let's see here. Well, it's like, can you lean against the hood really hard?
Okay.
Because I think I can.
There you go.
And then we'll just do it a little bit more when I get these off. Where's that white thing? Where did that get to? That measuring, the whole measuring thing, the drill checker, hole checker. Where did that get to now? Damn it. You know? It'll work. It's gonna work just fine. I really would like to get those two sides done too, so we can get those in.
Okay, so we kind of skipped ahead. We got the hood scoop on and the Grim Speed splitter on. We've used push clips there in the aligning hole, there and there. And it's like perfectly aligned with the hood scoop. The hood scoop mounted pretty well. We bent the rear tabs a little too much so you can kind of see it from the back, but it's really not that noticeable, so it's not the best, not exactly how I wanted it, but it worked out good. And then we used the four side little screws that I didn't think I was gonna use. I ended up using them. That sucked the side up, so it's actually really flush. And we're just putting in the last push clip right now.
Did I take off enough off those edges?
We'll see. Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead and push on it hard.
I think it's just a little tough. It's the hole. It's a little off.
And then you're starting to go. There you go. You got it in there.
There.
There. Excellent.
All right. That's really clean.
And that is in there pretty good. We're gonna have to think of something right here,
Yeah.
but we can customize that. So keep going straight for a second. Now we the reveal. Alright, hang on. Hold on a second. Just sit her just like that for a sec. Switch hands. Oh, there we go. This on? It goes up higher.
Alright, well, we got the hood scoop done. I just got some B-roll for you guys for the video, and so let's check out the hood scoop. So it's actually really flush, especially for cutting it myself. The corners back here aren't the most flush, but I'm pretty happy with them because that's pretty damn flush for me. But you can see it's flush, it looks great. You got the, if you can see, you got the splitter in there from Grimspeed. It's super nice, but, and the paint's good. It's a little scratched up, not the best, but it'll do. Let me open the hood real quick. So you can see, got the splitter right there. It looks kind of OE almost, but you can see we've got for where the normal like hood vent for the turbo goes. I actually have a hole so the air will actually come, so it'll still work for the swap, which is awesome. So that worked out good. It looks great. It's in the perfect spot for the intercooler, so it'll be ready to go for the swap. I was a little worried without doing it without the intercooler in first that maybe we would have some problems with aligning it, but I actually think it's perfect, especially because it's so big. But yeah, it's up in there great. It fits good in the scoop. Everything is good. You know, it looks absolutely baller. And now it's ready to get the turbo engine in here. I can't wait for that 257. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, but keep following the build.